Hey, how's it going, Trouble? Today we are trying 1919 root beer. This is classic American root beer, to be exact. Taking a look right at the can, you will see that the calories are 228. Very odd to see a calorie number that specific. Usually they want to round up or whatever, but regardless, yes. My relationship to this root beer is no relationship at all. I've never tried this root beer before, but I do have a lot of memories of it being stocked quite well for some odd reason on an end cap at Target. For the longest time, I always saw cans of these, and no one ever bought them. As far as I remember, they were always stocked. There were never any missing or anything, unless people were really high on stocking these right away. So yeah, I always saw these and I'm like, there's other sodas I need to review. But I remember finally grabbing one and pulling it out, and it's been sitting around for a few hot minutes, so now it's time to review it and see what we think. So 1919 root beer, it's not a big company that makes this brand at all. But the company that does produce this, which is the New Ulm Brewing and Beverage Company, prides themselves on making small batches of this. Like they're made very small batch, very, you better get it while you can kind of deal, which I see this as pretty commonplace when you are a small beverage company. You got to make small batches. What the hell else are you going to be making? Large batches? Like Pepsi or Coke does? No, you're going to make small batches. Or, when it comes to chocolate or snacks, these are handcrafted small batch chocolates, so they're far more special. It's like, no, it's not as special. You just have a smaller factory. That's why naturally they're going to be small batch. So don't let them fool you by, oh, it's small batch, so it's going to be so much better than a mass-produced product. No, it's not. But anyways, we'll see if this is any good or not. I've seen it around plenty of years, so finally getting down to business with this. The history about this is kind of murky as to when it was finally released. Online, at least, from just looking, I saw a post from 2005, people talking about this soda. But apparently, if you run the history through ChatGPT, they'll say that this originated in 1919, which kind of makes sense. And there was a company before the company that makes it now that was producing it. And I don't know if it went out of business or what, but regardless, from what you could read on the official website, it was made because it's inspired from the Prohibition Act in the United States that started in 1919. So what happened back then were breweries that made alcoholic beverages had to shut down and revert and make something else to stay afloat. So they made root beers, near beers, non-alcoholic beers, or just other sodas and such. So with that, back then, the root beers were made in actual breweries. And that's how the August Shell Brewery in New Ulm, Minnesota, lives by, is made in a real brewery with real vanilla, real sugar, and they say that it's supposed to be the most creamiest and just most enjoyable root beer on the market. Now that is a high claim. Will they be right? Let's see right now. Smells really good. Smells like a root beer. So it's got that at least. Do the pour here. All right. It has your average amber, dark amber hue. Has a very frothy head. Look at that head. Oh, yeah. It almost looks like a beer. And anyways, here we go. This is 1919 root beer. I don't know if you hear that train in the background. It's saying hi. Okay, that is good. I don't want to say that's the best. It's not really having that much of a bite to it. I tried Fitz's root beer, another kind of microbrewed root beer that had a far more robust spice taste to it. It's kind of light. So let's keep going here. It is very creamy. I will give it that. There's a lot of froth, much like how you saw when I poured that. When it goes into your mouth, it almost just turns from liquid into foam right away, and it's just like, okay, yep, okay, there is the creaminess, but I'm waiting for a deeper, more richer flavor. And it is hitting the marks on a lot of things. It's got that authentic sugary sweet taste, which is always good. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. All right. So when this first hits your tongue, you get like a huge wall of carbonation, just a very sharp, satisfying, refreshing carbonated taste. And then you get amped up with the spices that would make up a root beer, such as like what you would think maybe a wintergreen, a little bit of sassafras in there, what have you. And then it kind of turns into a sweet vanilla. And it's not too sweet, but it sweetens up with a vanilla taste. And then at the very end, it goes full on sweet, and you taste nothing but like a sugary kind of root beer experience. And that change from a vanilla taste to just a full on sweet sugar taste it drops. Like you could definitely tell right when it drops. So it's not like a subtle kind of fade and crossfade into one thing into the other. Like you definitely tell that drop off. And I'm not trying to say drop off as a negative thing. Why can't I talk right? Drop off as a negative thing, but it's definitely there and present. You could tell. Drink the rest of this here. Now, when I drink it out of a glass, it seems to be more creamier and less sharp. But that's to be expected when it comes to not drinking it out of a can. The cool thing I did see about this brewery, I was looking at photos online about it. You could go visit and you could get 1919 root beer like draft style out of the tap there, and I'm sure this would taste a whole lot better fresh right there. But yeah, it's just one of those root beers that not a lot of people know about. They have like 1,000 followers on Instagram. Not like that's a gauge. Oh, if you don't have millions of followers on Instagram, then you ain't nothing. But as far as popularity worldwide or even countrywide, it's not really there. But I will say this is a good solid effort. I haven't seen 1919 root beer in Target for a little bit now, so I don't know if they had a contract with them, like, oh, we're all in all Target stores now, but I haven't seen them lately. But that is a pretty good root beer. I wouldn't say it is the best, but it definitely does have a nice good quality to it. It's made with real sugar. It's got real vanilla in there, so that's good too. But there's something in it that just kind of seems not as flavorful. It doesn't have that big of a punch like you would expect when they say, oh, this is authentic root beer with the real stuff, so you're really gonna feel it. It's just kind of like, yeah, it's better than your run-of-the-mill regular root beer you get out of a soda fountain at McDonald's or Taco Bell, but it's nothing spectacular. There are far better root beer flavors out there, but this isn't bad either, not by a long shot. So I think my final verdict for 1919 root beer, I would give it an 8 out of 10. It's decent for a root beer, but it's definitely not the best. Definitely not mediocre either. It's smack dab in the middle from mediocre to perfect. I think right there at that 8 out of 10. So, anyways, yep, there you go. 1919 classic American root beer gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Thank you guys for watching this cheat day review. I am DJ Glowing Ice, always wanting to remind you that it is okay to cheat every once in a while. And I will see you next time. Peace out.